Hello everybody, thank you for coming back and tuning in to what is part 2 of my two-part mini-series that is Power Rangerathon. Now basically in the first part we saw that I covered primarily just my comic books that were based around the Power Rangers. Just wanted to give you a basic summary of all the ones that I own, the series that I'm reading, have read, and just a basic gist of how Power Rangers have affected me, and just, you know, overall how many Power Ranger comics that I enjoy reading and all my favorites. So that was the first part. Now this part I'm going to focus primarily on my collectibles. Part 1 comics, now part 2 collectibles. And this will include my Power Rangers, my Funko related pops, and you know, action figures, video games even, and even other special edition things of that nature. So I'm not going to really waste any time, and starting things off, I have a couple, well, 4 of these type Power Ranger figures. Now these are basically remakes that were made by Bandai, who make a lot of different Power Ranger collectibles and action figures. And these 4, these 2 on the left you can see are both Tommy, the White Ranger, and the Green Ranger, and they are kind of remakes of older versions of these action figures, because they released action figures just like this in these sorts of triangular cases, and these are basically homages to those, both on the left and the right. These on the right, however, were based off of the movie. You can see that their armor is a little bit different. You can compare the 2 White Rangers. One's a little bit bulkier because it actually looks like real armor, as is the Pink Ranger as well, a little bit more bulky because they actually gave them a little bit more armor in the film to make the, you know, not just like a spandex suit in the film. But anyway, I have all these 4, and obviously my favorite 2 Power Rangers are Tommy Oliver and Kimberly Hart, the Pink Ranger, the White Ranger, and the Green Ranger, respectively. And I decided to get all these, and they're all together, looking really sharp, really cool. I love the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, the original movie from the 90s. That was based off the original show with all the original cast, and obviously the show, so I had to pick those up. Now you'll notice also on this shelf, you'll see these little cute little dudes, and basically what these guys are mystery, they're not mystery minis, oh my god, they're Pintsized Heroes, there we go, couldn't remember the name. They're called Pintsized Heroes, they were released by Funko, and basically what they are these little tiny little dudes. They're just little tiny collectible figurines, and they're based around some of the characters from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I finally was able to collect all the ones that I wanted. Alpha 5 on the left, Billy, who's metallic in that one, and then we have Tommy, the Green Ranger, and Red Ranger is Jason Scott, and then we also have Tommy and Kimberly, the White Ranger and the Pink Ranger, Billy again, the regular version, along with Trini, the Yellow Ranger, and then finally we have the evil Rita Repulsa and one of her putty minions. These are all really cool. I haven't really been a huge fan of the these little oh my gracious, Pint-Sized Heroes. Can't remember their names. But I decided to collect all the Power Ranger ones for obvious reasons of me being a huge fan of Power Rangers, and I was able to finally collect them all. They weren't very easy to find, but I was able to buy them off a friend rather than having to risk getting duplicates and buying the individual packs, and I also got a big discount in that regard. So we're going to move down to the next shelf, and you'll notice I have some more action figures. Again, you should know by now that the Pink Ranger and the White Ranger, they're some of my favorites from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And here on the left, you'll see that I have the Legacy Collection Pink Ranger limited edition figure, and again, this is by Bandai. They released a huge line of Legacy Collection figures, and they started with the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, same one I have here, but it's the White Ranger on the right. These were very cool. They demand some high prices on eBay, and they're very hard to find in stores now, but and just so I don't have to keep saying it, you're going to notice that pretty much all Power Ranger action figures are made by Bandai, and just announced recently at San Diego Comic-Con, they're releasing Power Ranger Zeo Legacy figures that are probably going to come in similar boxes to that of the White and the Pink Ranger on the left and right, respectively, and hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on those because I love those figures. I'd like to get the Red Ranger, the black/gold Ranger, and also the Pink Ranger in that regard. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I love these Legacy figures. They're very cool. They're very simple. They have their own weaponry, and they're just very detailed and very cool. So I figured I'd grab it. So in the middle, I also have an Easter gift that my mother gave me, which is the Then and Now Power Ranger 2-pack, which is the Pink Ranger, who's Kimberly from the new movie Power Rangers, and also from the original show. And I just thought this was a great idea to include the old and the new, kind of just showing off the change in the costume that they wore, and I just thought that it was really cool. And yeah, my mother got it for me for my Easter present, so I was very happy about that. So, moving on down, I just wanted to show off a few of my video games that I have of Power Rangers. I don't really own that many, but I own some of the better ones. Well, starting off, I have the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers television show game on the Super Nintendo. Again, also made by Bandai. Interesting. They just follow them all the way around, even into the video game world on Nintendo. This is a very fun game. It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up. You can play as any of the 5 Power Rangers. It's a little challenging, but it's also very doable. I have beaten this game, and you can probably find it for relatively cheap. 15 to 20 bucks, pretty good for a Super Nintendo game. And then moving on to the next one is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie video game, again made by Bandai. And yeah, this one's actually very difficult, much harder, but again, for any Power Ranger veteran, I would definitely recommend you getting this game. Again, probably around the $15 to $20 range for this video game, and it's just fun to have Super Nintendo games. And then finally moving on into the final video game that I own that is Power Rangers is Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Lightspeed Rescue was actually one that I really enjoyed when I was a kid, because when I was growing up, I was, born in 1995, so I kind of grew up with some of these more recent Power Rangers before I got into the older ones, Mighty Morphin. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue was one of my favorites, and I really like this series. I still do. And I have this game on the PlayStation 1. Just recently got a PlayStation 1, so I'm finally able to enjoy this game to its fullest potential. And they also have a game that is Lightspeed Rescue on the N64. I highly recommend you get the PlayStation version instead. It's a lot smoother and a lot easier to understand overall. So, we're now going to move on to the other side of my basement, where we're going to show off a lot more of my Funko Collectibles. And as you can see, I still have not put away my Mighty Morphin Power Ranger comics, but I'll kind of skim those over again in case anybody wants to see them again. Again, these are my prized possessions here, and I highly recommend you read the Boom Studios Pink Ranger comic, which has already been completed. This Pink Ranger comic actually only went for 6 issues, so it's very easy to find. They have a trade of it, so you'll be able to find all 6 issues in one trade, so I highly recommend it. So we're going to go on a little journey here to the other side of my basement to show off the remainder of my Power Ranger stuff. Just to show off how good of a girlfriend that I have, she went on Shutterfly and made me these awesome Power Ranger coasters. She's awesome. They are all based on variant covers of both Pink Ranger and regular Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Just to show how much of a nut I am for Power Rangers, she got me these coasters. So thank you, Lizzie. I love you very much for that. And then moving on, up on the top here, you can see, not very well lit, but I'll still show it off, is my Power Rangers Gold Ranger from actually just Power Rangers Zeo. I'll bring him down so you guys can see him better. This is my favorite Power Ranger from Power Rangers Zeo, and this is actually Jason Scott, the Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin. He comes to this series and becomes the Gold Ranger. He's going to get a remake of himself in the new line of Power Rangers Legacy Collection, and I thought this was really cool. Got him for $15 at my local comic book store. And then I also have a few other Funko plushies of the Pink and White Ranger, and also the Diecast Metals Pink Ranger. These Diecast metals are actually very cool. They're very heavy, and they're very sturdy, and they're really cool collectibles, so I highly recommend those. I'll show you a few more of those in a second, and also my cute little plushies there, so those are always cool. I also have Alpha 5 from the new movie Alpha 5 Power Ranger figurine here. And he's just chilling next to Yarn Yoshi. I'll have to show you guys my amiibo someday. I got a lot going on. And sitting on top of my TV is one of my favorite, more modern Power Rangers, is Merrick, the Wolf Ranger from Power Rangers Wild Force. He's been sitting there. Probably when I was growing up, Merrick was my favorite Power Ranger from one of the newer series, Wild Force. And I found him in my closet, and he's still going, and he now watches over my TV. So, finally, moving into my Funko Pops. Hopefully I can get them all in the time I have remaining, but just not really much to say here. Just kind of showing off the ones I have. In the top left, you'll see my 2 Hot Topic exclusive Rita Repulsa from the new Power Ranger movie, and also my metallic Pink Ranger from Hot Topic. And then I also have my GameStop exclusive Morphin edition Pink Ranger, basically when she's going through the process of morphing into her suit. I also have Alpha 5, Walmart exclusive, very hard to find Funko. The Green Ranger from the new line that they just released. And also the Red Ranger, re-released from the new line. And then we also have the Red Ranger from the new film. And then the FYE exclusive Dragon Shield Red Ranger when Tommy passed over his abilities to Jason Scott. And he was given the Dragon Shield, as you can see, different from the regular. He does not have that wearing, so that's an FYE exclusive. And then the Toys R Us, Rita Repulsa and Zordon from the new film. These were seen briefly in the beginning of the film, and I thought this was very cool, being able to see them both in suit. As you can see, they're both a little bit damaged, like they were in the film. So very cool, Toys R Us exclusive there. So then the next 8 that I have are both the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, yellow, blue, pink, and black, and also yellow, blue, pink, and black from the new film. And, you know, I decided to put them all together. I don't think they're in numerical order, but I just decided to put them together just because I'm like that. So those are all the Funko Pops that I have on this shelf. Just another quick look. Probably my favorite is probably Alpha 5. I'll bring him down for a second because he was a Walmart exclusive. He was very hard to find. And, yeah, he's a cool dude. One of my favorite Funko Pops. Definitely not easy to find, especially when it's a Walmart exclusive. So we're going to move on to a couple more die-cast metal figures. Like I showed you before, I have the Pink Ranger one, but I also have the Green Ranger, and I also have the White Ranger, who is only available at GameStop. He was released when a lot of the San Diego Comic-Con Pop figures were released. And, yeah, I picked him up that day, and I also have his counterpart in the Green Ranger, so I have all the ones that I would want in the die-cast metals that there. But he's actually called the Metal Figs. I don't know if why he's called that, but they're all the same. As you can see, we have M405, and then we have M406, so they're definitely the same company that made them, so I'm not really sure why they changed it, but either way, still very cool. And then moving up, we have the another birthday gift that my girlfriend got me. Thank you, Lizzie. And it is the Power Coin set from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, including the Tyrannosaurus, the Mastodon, Saber-Toothed Tiger, Triceratops, and Pterodactyl. The coins that were used in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show replica, and I think this is super cool, and my girlfriend got it for my birthday because she knows I love Power Rangers. She knows I'm obsessed. So we're gonna finally move on to the grand finale, the holy grail of my Power Ranger collection. This was also another gift that I got for my birthday. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Megazord Funko Pop 6-inch figure. Now, I gotta tell you, this was a project to get. As you all know, summer convention, San Diego Comic-Con exclusives are damn near impossible to find. This one is probably one of the harder ones to find that came out this year, of course. I said to a lot of my friends and my girlfriend that, hey, why don't they make a 6-inch figure of the Megazord for Funko? I think that would be a great idea. Come to find out that this is coming out this San Diego Comic-Con, I was super mad because I figured I'd never be able to get it. I got it as a gift for my birthday. Got to thank my family for that because they know I love Power Rangers, and they went out and decided to get this on eBay. It was not cheap, but it was totally worth it. This guy is super awesome, super cool, 6-inch figure. He was in great condition. Shows off all of the original cast members on the back. And yeah, I mean, you can't really ask for more. He's going for about $70 to $80 on eBay right now. Probably the crown jewel of my Funko collection, not only my Power Ranger collection, but yeah, I mean, he is super awesome, super cool. I can't really thank my family enough for everything they've gotten me in supporting my Power Ranger addiction. And but yeah, so there he is. I can't really stop looking at him. I'm so happy to have him and finally call my Power Ranger Funko collection complete. So, yeah, I think that's going to probably do it. Thank you guys for watching this 2-part Power Ranger-a-thon. Don't think this is the last you've heard of Power Rangers. The series that I'm reading with regards to my comics, they're still going on, so I'll still show you the ones that I buy on a weekly basis when they come out. And if I get any other collectibles in, you can expect to see them on the show. But that's going to complete this 2-part Power Ranger-a-thon. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys this upcoming Wednesday for New Comic Day. And I love you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.